We're live at this moment on YouTube.
Ready?
As soon as we go live, I'll let her in.
Okay.
Done.
Just to advise, this was coffee.
Where is it now?
Little out of coffee now. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Sveva.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Salam. How are you?
Great. Let me ask you this. What was the most interesting thing that happened in the last 24 hours?
Oh, okay. And here, nothing to be interested in, but a lot of rain, really, a lot of rain. Yeah, a lot.
Do you like the rain?
Yeah. Sorry?
Do you like the rain?
Yeah, I like the rain, but it's too much rain, you know? It's a rainy day and there is no light. And this day make me feel sad.
Maybe you can go out in the rain and then run and sing in the rain. You know? It makes me happy.
Singing in the rain.
Just for songs. It happens just in songs.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
I said that running in the rain happens just in songs.
Just in songs. Actually, I did it. I did it sometimes.
You can just sing it, but I don't suggest to do it.
I've been caught in the rain, and I realized that happiness is the number of times you are caught in the rain.
Really?
Yeah, because it just makes me so happy. Like I'm going home and it starts raining out of nowhere, and then I'm soaked to the bones, and I start running and singing in the streets, and it's quite fun.
That's a poetic image.
Yeah, but I wouldn't actually willingly go out in the rain to do that. I just like to be caught, unprepared for that. You know, it makes more sense.
Okay.
So Luciana's here. Lucy, why did you join twice?
Yeah, it's just because I changed the client and now we're using the desktop client because I was having problems with the browser. So
Sveva, this is Luciano. Let's introduce ourselves. We never do that, but it'll be nice to do this time. So tell us a bit about yourself, Lucy.
Okay, I'm Lucy. My name is Luciano, actually. I'm 24. I am a software architect and a movie addicted.
Okay.
Movie addict. Nice.
Okay. Your name is Luciano or Luciano?
Yes, Luciano.
Luciano.
I like his version.
I like much more their nickname.
Sorry?
Nickname.
Yeah, Lucy's nickname. Do you remember?
That one?
Yeah.
The first meeting? How do you call it in English? I forgot.
Really, I can't hear you well in some way. So can you repeat, please?
Repeat what? Action?
Lucas was talking about your nickname, Lucy.
Oh, my nickname.
What is your nickname?
Yeah. I think it's douchebag.
Douchebag?
Douchebag.
What is it? Can you hear us, Sveva?
Sorry?
Can you hear us fine?
I can't hear you well, and I think it's because of the of this fucking rainy day. So I'm so sorry, but I'm struggling. So sorry. Please repeat. Sorry.
No problem. Is it too noisy there?
No, it's not noisy. I can't hear you well. It's like you're far from me. Something like that.
Have you tried increasing the volume on your computer, maybe?
Yeah, I tried. No, I think it's because of this rainy day, because it's really a storm out of there. So But anyway, I'm struggling, and sometimes I'll ask you to repeat. So I'm sorry, my dear.
No problem. Lucas was talking about Luciano's nickname. Like at some point, he got the nickname of douchebag or something.
Yeah.
What is the original nickname in Portuguese, Lucas?
Babaca.
Babaca.
Okay.
Like
I don't know if I will repeat this nickname, but Lucas, it seems easier if I can use it.
Yeah, you can use it. Use it with your friends. Call your friends Babaca. They'll like it. How would you say that in Italian?
Oh, do you say what? Sorry.
Like call someone
I lost a piece. another.
How would you call someone a douchebag or a dick in Italian?
In an offensive way, you know.
Yeah, but in an offensive but light-hearted way, like not to offend. But
Coglioncello. It always depends of your kind of voice when you're speaking, no? So I can say testa di cazzo, it is dickhead. But if I say testa di cazzo, it's funnier.
Can you repeat? How do you say it?
Testa di cazzo.
Testa di
cazzo. Cazzo is this? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's cazzo.
Okay. So in Italian you can say really everything. Everything. I mean,
Bastardo. I guess.
Bastardo. Yes, you can say also bastardo, but if you're kind,
bastardo is not offensive.
No, it is. I think it's offensive. No, in Italian, it's offensive. Sveva.
What is offensive? Sorry.
Bastardo.
Bastardo. Yes, it's offensive in general.
Okay.
It means bastard. It's offensive, but I don't know if we use it a lot, because in the spectrum of offensive words is the less. Not so offensive. Testa di cazzo, stronzo, pezzo di merda. Pezzo di merda is piece of shit.
So fun. Pezzo di merda.
Steps to learn Italian. First step. Testa di cazzo.
Make us a list of bad words in Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually studying
a lot of bad words.
I'm studying Italian. I'm learning Italian now. So
yeah, you're learning.
I'll practice with you later.
Oh wow. Okay. Good for you.
So Lucas, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Oh yeah, I am a software developer and a scientific communicator. I run a project here called Science Pub, so we talk about science in the bars.
Wow.
This was before the pandemics, and I am addicted by Queen. You can see. I love Queen, and yeah. This is me.
Okay, you're really a nice people. You're giving me good vibes. Like Vanessa the first time I saw Vanessa, I felt good vibes.
Good vibes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Em Brazil we say, nosso santo bateu. Né?
I don't know if I can repeat it.
It's a term here when we find some other people and we like the people, you know.
Okay. A friend of mine that studies in Barcelona. So we in Italian we are convinced that Portuguese and Spanish is the same. We are convinced, no, in some way.
I think it's not only in Italy.
Yeah,
in other countries.
Yeah, really. Okay, perfect. So people in Italy, when we are young at school, we study Spanish, And when people are studying Spanish, is convinced that Spanish is good for Brazil. I can go to Brazil and speak Spanish. They know what I mean, of course.
Actually, if a native speaking person, a Spanish speaking person comes to Brazil, it will be harder to be understood. But if you are a learner of Spanish and you speak Spanish slowly here, we all understand you. So it kind of works.
Okay. Okay, so we're convinced, but in some way. Okay.
There's some truth to that.
Okay, thank you. I'll communicate it to my siblings.
Vanessa, tell us a bit about yourself.
If you want, I can introduce myself.
Yes.
And are we waiting someone else?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, more people will join, but you can.
Okay, perfect. Maybe I'll repeat what I'm going to say now to other people. Maybe. Okay, I'm Sveva Desira, and you can see I'm an hijabist, so I'm a Muslim woman, and I reverted to Islam more than 5 years ago, on August, and I'm an Islamic feminist, so I'm an activist. I'm a feminist, an Islamic feminist activist in Italy, and in particular part of my work. I'm pansexual. I was forgetting. I'm pansexual, so I'm secretive. I'm vegan. I'm an anti-specialist. I'm an anarchist. Sorry?
You're a vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan. Yeah, I'm an anti-specialist and I'm an anarchist. And what can I say? And what was I saying?
What do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, I'm a witch. So in my free time, I'm a witch. In my free time, I play my tarot. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I assure that in my room there are a lot of crystals and stones.
What?
Stones, crystal like that. This is onyx, for example.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a strong connection with stones, so I use stones as a way to cure other people, as a way to take care of other people. I suggest stones, so I use stones as a gift and something like that. And this is important in my life. Large part of my life is helping survivors. Because I'm a survivor, I had a violent ex, and now the really large part of my life is taking care of survivors. I help them to escape or to face the period after the violence, after the violent relationship. So I think this is my life, and this is what I want to do in my life. In particular, actually, every day I do really a lot of stuff. But I think this is a consequence of being an intersectional feminist. you can't consider just one side of your life or of the lucha, of the struggle.
Lucha.
Yeah, lucha. In Italy, we appreciate a lot of the South American feminism. So we study it. And when we want to refer to the movement, sometimes we say lucha. We say we join the lucha, the struggle, the movement, the fight.
And lucha, like in Italian, would sound like something related to light, right?
Lucha, luce, lights, but lucha is translating with lotta. So
Sorry?
Maybe lotta is lucha.
Lotta. Oh, lotta is lucha.
Yeah, lotta, yeah. So it seems similar, but they're completely different words. Lotta and luce.
Yeah. And in Portuguese, it's luta.
Come?
Luta.
Sorry. Lotta is luce.
No, in Portuguese.
Ah, luta. Okay, sorry.
Luta.
You know, sometimes I'm losing pieces of what you're saying. So
Okay.
But I'm here. Okay.
So let me introduce myself. I'm a translator and I'm a polyglot, and I love learning languages and meeting people and singing and creating,
rain.
drawing, and singing in the rain. Yes. And I like to create these networking and language practice experiences, and we intend to do that in other languages soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm moving to my new flat very soon. Like, I just rented a new flat and I'm moving to it soon. But before, I'll visit my family back in my hometown, and then I'll come back to my flat. Yeah, so this is basically me. Vanessa?
Okay, now I can now introduce myself. I am Vanessa. I am a community manager, a business administrator, and I like to meet people. I'm helping Gustavo on getting new people for the coffee club, getting guests for our meetings, all these things, and develop the content for some meetings. And yeah, I am a good person. I like to meet new people.
I'm very modest.
I have to say I am a good person. I like to meet new people. I'm always smiling. That's me. Not always. I'm crying sometimes as well. That's me.
Okay, Pep.
I have a dog called Bacon.
I have a very cute dog called Bacon. At the moment, I live with my whole family, and soon I'll be moving to Turkey to be with my boyfriend. I told you, Sveva, my boyfriend's from Turkey. You scared me.
Why? What did you say to her?
No, because she had a bad experience in there.
Yeah, my violent ex is Turkish.
Really?
Actually, from Kurdistan, the Turkish part of Kurdistan.
He's Kurdish.
He's not really a good person, but anyway, not all Turkish. So okay.
Yeah, lots of bad and good people everywhere, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just hope Matcha is one of the good ones. I'm
yeah,
sure he is.
The time I lived with him, he was like just a normal guy.
Yeah.
I can say better than my ex-boyfriends from Brazil. Like, I mean, better, not better. I don't like to compare people, but at least he was more understandable about many things. About like when I was going out, I was having my life and this kind of thing. Because my Brazilian ex-boyfriend was even more, like not respecting my personal space sometimes. I was saying to him like, okay, this weekend I'm going to do that, and then he was there in the same place. Like, I came here with my friends. Hello. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I had an ex like this.
Oh my.
Strange.
So, Seva, we can go back to this topic of dysfunctional relationships. My sister is logging in, and she works with helping women become more like independent, and maybe you can have a chat about that. But I want to ask you the question of the week. Maybe we can start from that. So, can people become gay, or are we born this way?
This is an interesting question. In some ways provocative, but we can really have a deep conversation on it, because other studies confirm that people born in some way. So it's like if you're redhead, if you're gay, or if you're pansexual, it's just a trait of your identity, and you're born this way. But we have to consider that sexuality is a spectrum, and sexuality is fluid. So, for example, in my life, I can have just hetero relationship, for example, and I can believe that I am a hetero. But one day, I have a surprise, and I feel attracted to someone else, to someone who is not who doesn't identify with the gender that I'm used to like, that I'm used to love in some way. And so maybe I can just discover. It's not something that I create. I'm discovering something a part of myself. And this is what happened to me, for example. And the concept of the fluidity of sexuality was so useful in my experience, because I was convinced that I was hetero. And after my violent ex, I experimented a lot of sex with hetero cis men in particular. So the common man, the common relationship, the accepted relationship.
Cisgender.
Because of course, and I felt that it was how can I say, a struggle to me, a struggle because I had to reclaim my identity and my sexuality. I can assure, I don't want to tell you the details because they are difficult to explain in English, and they're difficult to hear because they are hard things, okay, and hard things. But I used to get raped. So to me, reclaim my sexuality was so important, and it is important right now. So having this bad experience with a cishet, I tried other relationship and sex with cishet people, cishet men. And I was really oppressing my sexuality because I felt attracted to women or to other people, because I'm pansexual. So it means that I'm attracted to people regardless of the gender. This is not the gender that attracted me. It's not something that I put interesting in. Okay.
Can you give us a definition of pansexual? Okay.
Pansexual, yes. Pansexuality is a form of sexual orientation. Is a sexual orientation that, oh my God, in English it's difficult. In Italian it's easier. Okay, let me rethink. If you're pansexual, you're attracted to people regardless of their gender. This is the definition, the best definition that I can say in English, that I can find in English.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So it differs from bisexual, right? Because bisexual.
Yes, it's different. Yeah, if you're bisexual, you're attracted. Yeah, no, you're attracted to more than two genders or more than two genders. It's not about attraction for cis people, because I can be, for example, I can be hetero and have a relationship with a trans man, for example, because it doesn't matter his genitals, it doesn't matter if he born if people recognize him when he was born as a female. He's a man, he's a trans man, but he's a man. So I'm hetero. If you're bisexual, if you don't want to have a relationship, you are bisexual. Anyway, if you're bisexual, you're attracted to two genders or more than two. Why I'm saying more than two? Because we have more than two genders. We have the gender as sexuality is a spectrum. So, for example, I'm cis, identifies a woman. Maybe, I don't know if you're cis. I don't want to misgender in you. Are you cis?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. If you are a cis man, you're performing and you identify with the male gender, okay, the gender of man. But we have non-binary people, of course, that are people that don't identify themselves as man or a woman. They can be a gender fluid, two spirits, and a lot of things. So more than the gender. We have also a term for people that are attracted to non-binary people. It's scoliosexual.
Sorry, how do you call it?
Scoliosexual. But
Scolio.
Scolio, Skolio, sexual. But it's not a very used term, and not all non-binary people use it or want to use it, for example. But scoliosexuality, it seems, is the attraction to non-binary people. And what I was saying.
You were telling a story before you gave us a definition.
Sorry?
Before you started giving us a definition, you
the difference between bisexual and pansexual. Yeah, I told you, if you're pansexual, it doesn't matter the gender. If you're bisexual, yes, the gender is something that you're attracted to. I want to know from you, do you all know the meaning of every letter of the acronym LGBTQ?
Wow. I don't. No? I know until the Q, not the rest.
Okay. The acronym is LGBTQ IA+, but a lot of people insert also P for pansexual. I would like to analyze this acronym if you would enjoy it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you're interested?
Yeah, I'll be writing here on the board so everyone can see.
Okay, darling. L is lesbian. I think, do you know it? Okay, perfect. Oh, we are perfect. Okay, L, it's for lesbian. Okay, and G is for gay, of course. B is for bisexual. And T is for transgender. Transgender is better than transsexual, because when people say transsexual, we imagine that a person had a surgery in some way. We have this bad stereotype that transgender people had to have a transition in this way, but it's not true. So transsexual is as a confusing term. A lot of transgender people choose to don't have an operation and a surgery, and a lot of transgender people don't feel this need. It doesn't matter, okay?
Transgender and transex are different things then, right? Transgender is basically when you feel like...
Transgender is better because you're just meaning that a trans people is just transitioning about their gender. Just the gender identity. It's not about genitals, it's not about the body, it's not about even the performance of the gender, okay?
There's something called gender identity, right? It's like how you present yourself.
Gender identity, yeah. And of course, the performance, the performativity of the gender is strictly connected to the gender identity, because we have in a society that prefer binarism. Sorry, but this prefer binarism. So we think that a women must have, for example, long hair, must play with their makeup and so on. And a man has to be strong, has to go to the gym, for example, and stuff like that. But every people, trans people, cis people, non-binary people, has the right and to perform their gender in another way. to in some way to deconstruct the gender roles, to deconstruct the performance, the standard performance of the gender in the society. Another thing, transgender could be umbrella term. It means that if you're non-binary, you can identify yourself as a trans person. A lot of non-binary people say, yes, I'm non-binary, I'm a trans non-binary person. So it is an umbrella term. And then Q is for queer, and for questioning. A lot of people say that queer is also for questioning. And about queer, do you know what's the story about the term queer? No.
I know like queer means strange, and that it was a derogatory term for a while, and then the community actually adopted that into like describing
queer was weird, was strange, and it became 70s or 70s, 80s an offensive term, like faggot in Italian, frocio. So LGBT people decided to reclaim it. Okay, queer, yes, we're queer. We are absolutely queer, we're weird, and we are proud of it. So queer is a really special term, and it's not just about the gender identity or the sexual orientation, because we have the queer identity and we have the queer studies. And queer studies identifies as queer a lot of things that come out from the standards, we can say. Sorry if my English is not perfect, I'm not so fluent, so have patience, please. For example, there is a book that is called in Italian Manifesto Qui Vegan, so a vegan queer manifest. And it's about the queerness in being vegan. Because if you're vegan, you're weird at the eyes of society. You're something else. Or for example, in Italy, we have a lot of immigrants from Morocco, Tunisia, and some way. And these people, when they are in Italy, these boys and girls, when they are in Italy, Italian people say, oh, you're not enough Italian. And when they are in Tunisia or Morocco, Moroccan people or Tunisian people, for example, I mean, says, oh, you're not fully, completely Moroccan. So these people can identify as queer because they can reclaim their identity. They can reclaim and take it from the discourse, from the discussion. It's a sort of affirmation. Okay, I'm not enough. I'm half Italian. I'm half it. I'm a problem to you. Okay, but I'm not a problem to me. I'm queer. I'm not proud. I'm proud to be queer. So queer, in first, as a first step, it means being LGBT. But if you want to amplify, you can say, amplify the topic, you can say that queer, a queer person is everyone who identify as someone who is not conforming in the society, someone who has a non-conforming identity. For example, I'm queer because I'm pansexual, but I'm queer also because I'm a vegan, because I'm a witch, because I'm a Muslim, because I reverted. I'm not in a Muslim society. My society is half Catholic and half atheist. So I'm queer in this way, okay? But this is a long, short story of the term queer. I don't want to to annoy, because I know that in my English is really
come on.
awful.
Yeah.
Then we have intersex. And fun fact, but it's not fun, it's really introspect. Everyone can discover that they are at, or they is, if you want to use natural terms and natural pronouns, they are intersex people. Because being intersexual, it doesn't mean to being hermaphrodite. So if I mean, oh, I'm intersexual, it doesn't mean that I have a lot of kinds of genitals. It doesn't mean that I have the penis and the vulva. It's not the point. It means that I have some sex characteristics, a mix of sex characteristics. For example, yes, genitals or chromosomes or gonads, hormones, stuff like that. So everyone, maybe I met people that went to donate blood or went to have a test for their health, and they discovered that they were intersex. They didn't know because they didn't seem intersexual. Okay, so intersex is a very complicated concept, but it's so interesting. Then we have A for asexual.
Sorry?
A is for asexual.
Before we go on, intersex is exclusively physical. So actually, you can test yourself if you are intersex.
Yeah, it's physical, but of course you can be proud of being intersex, and it's the pride of being intersexual is really needed in this day, because intersexual people, for example, in Italy, are mutilated when they're born. Wow. In Italy, yes, a lot of people say, oh, these Muslim people are giving to us mutilation on women, in a very orientalistic and view of the Muslim people. Also, they are violent. But in Italy, if you are intersex, you have a surgery after 1 week, 2 weeks. When you are 1 month, so it's real. The struggle is real. It's a problem in Italy, and unfortunately, people don't speak about this problem, and this is a very heavy issue. This is an emergency actually, because intersex people are mutilated. Oh, I can't identify you as a male or as a female. Okay, I have a surgery. Okay, and so maybe a lot of intersex people grow and recognize themselves as a mutilated person. Oh my God, I'm mutilated. I was mutilated when I was born. And this is so hard. And this is so hard to accept. For example, a lot of people that I met has dysphoria, and maybe they were mutilated, and they say, oh my God, I could have my breast, I could have my penis, I could have something that I miss, and I could have it, but someone decided for me, decided for my identity. And this is because our binary culture, that's because of patriarchy. This is the effect of patriarchy on sexuality and on bodies. So anyway, if you have a question, interrupt me when you want, and I'll try to answer in some way. Anyway, hey is for asexual. Do you know what is asexuality?
Yeah, a person has no sexual desire.
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. And even asexual, it could be used as an umbrella term. So if you, for example, if you are demisexual, you can recognize yourself in a spectrum, in the spectrum of asexuality. What does it mean, demisexual? It means that you're attracted sexually, you're sexually attracted to someone just if this person is connected to you in a loving way. You can say, I'm attracted to you because because I love you, because I feel you interesting, because I admire you. And this is the sexuality. I don't I have a lack of sexual desire in the life. No, not sexual desire actually, but the sexual attraction for the people. But if I met someone that attracted me in another way, so someone that I love, I can be attracted in a sexual way to this person. This is the meaning of the bisexual.
But would demisexual people be considered asexual?
Yeah, they consider themselves often because in the LGBT community there are a lot of debates on everything, really, literally everything. We discuss about everything. But a lot of the bisexual people identify themselves as asexual. I'm asexual, and what kind of sexual am I? I'm a demisexual. Okay, there are other terms, of course, but I don't want to to create a story for the next year. So I want to be short, and I can't, but I would like to be short. An important thing, hey, doesn't mean a lie, because a lot of people say, oh, allies of LGBT people are included in the LGBT acronym. No, we don't want you. We don't want you because...
I didn't get it. Can you repeat? Like a lie?
A lie.
Like LGBTQ plus a lie.
Yeah, a lie. A lie is not included in this acronym. Why?
I see.
Because heterosis people are not discriminated. They're not oppressed, and we need our space. We need our movements. If we want to help, you're welcome. Of course, the struggle is intersectional, so we have to connect each other, of course. But we have this space, and this space is sacred. You can't invade a space. If you're truly ally, you have to sacrifice in some way your space, a little bit of your space, because we don't have voice. You have, so please give your voice to us. Give your space to us. So there is no place for allies in this acronym, because this is an hetero-cis-centrated world. That's enough. That's enough. We have just to reclaim this space. And this is when you will hear, of course you'll hear it, someone who says that a liar included, please spit in their eyes. Because it is unfair.
Yeah.
And pansexual plus could be pansexual and could be a lot of things. I want to discuss even about this P and the K, because there are two letters, P and K, that a lot of times are not included by the LGBT people in the acronym. They are into a debate. Why? Because pansexual is perfect. Your pansexual, the P is perfect in the acronym, but P could be also polyamorous, and I can't pronounce it. I can pronounce it, but it's
polyamorous.
Yes.
Polyamorous.
Yes. Okay. But poly, a lot of people say that poly has not to be included, because if your poly is not, you're not LGBT, but a lot of LGBT poly people says no. Being poly is being part of a sexual orientation. I'm not monogamous because I don't feel that I can be in some way another thing. It's not a choice. A lot of poly people says that being poly is not a choice. We're born this way. We're born poly. I'm not poly, but we can say we're born this way. We're born poly or non-monogamous in general. We can embrace anarchist relationship or something like that, or we can born monogamous. So poly is a term into a large debate. Okay, just remember, and when you write the acronym, please pay attention. I suggest to write LGBT plus, and that's enough. No one will contest you in some way. Then,
Sveva?
Sorry?
Excuse me.
Paula.
Is Viva? That's the pronounce of your name?
Sveva, but pronounce, yes,
Okay,
don't worry,
thank you.
don't worry.
Sveva, I didn't understand the poly part. It's
Okay.
about how many people I will like to be with, or I'm confused with the it's poly and pansexual. These two.
Okay, pansexual is a sexual orientation similar to bisex. Why? Because if you're pansexual, you're attracted to people regardless of their gender. The gender or the people are not important. You like people, and the gender is not important. But being poly is completely another thing. If you're poly, you feel the need to have a lot of connection with people, romantic connection with people. So maybe I have a lot of friends that are poly. For example, my friend Maria has a lot of partners, and this is being a lot of people say, oh, if you're poly, you want to cheat your boyfriend and don't feel guilty, but this is not the point. Because if you're poly, you can't be monogamous. You feel you can't stay with just a person. And a lot of people, a lot of people in their life has one relationship and suffer because they force themselves to being in a relationship made by two people, but it's not fair, and that's why poly people want the space on this acronym, because they feel they can't, and when they when they affirm themselves as monogamous, they suffer, and it's just because the society wants you to do it. I don't know if I was clear in some way.
Thank you, thank you. Totally clear.
Okay.
I'm sure that there are many polyamorous people who don't live that, of being afraid of being judged, right? And it's always about being truthful. Like, you're not gonna be cheating on anyone.
It's about your gender.
You're honest.
Because, sorry?
You're not cheating on anyone if you are honest from the beginning, right?
Yeah, but polyamory is complicated, and I take care of survivor, and in the poly places there are a lot of people that are just there to find someone to how can I say, so I don't know if I can say it, but predatory as a predator, yes, it makes a sense.
Yes, predator,
okay, yeah. There are a lot of predators in these places, so a lot of people that are not truly poly, but they just want to find another victim, and so it's a complicated, in this patriarchal society, everything is complicated. Even BDSM is complicated. I don't know if you know what is BDSM.
No, can you explain?
Okay, BDSM is a sexual practice.
BDSM.
BDSM, like this?
Yes, BDSM. I don't remember the acronym, but I'm going to find it right now.
BNO is
BDSM,
for bondage, right?
yeah, bondage, or there are two acronyms, I think, but I'm finding it right now. Just a moment. Acronimo. BDSM. Bondage. Yeah. Cazzo in English. My God. We say e che cazzo when we...
So it's bondage, discipline, dominance.
Yes, dominance and submission, sadism and masochism.
Or sadomasochism.
Yeah. I'm a BDSMer, and BDSM is a good way when you're a survivor and you're kinky, so you have non-conforming sexual and erotic preferences. It's really a form of healing, because when someone in your life didn't respect your consent, being submissive or maybe yes, experiment the submission is healing, because you can say stop and the other person will stop. BDSM is based on the concept of consent. When we are talking about BDSM, we're talking about studies and practices about consent culture. Every form of sex has to be based on consent, of course, but BDSM needs the study of consent, because in BDSM you can get hurt. For example, I'm also mistress, or a dominatrix, and I have a relationship with another person that is switch, as like me. Switch, it means that he is both dominant and submissive, and I can hurt him. We have to, for example, to establish a safe word. If you say scaldabagno, if you say webinar, if you say coffee, the other person must stop. Or for example, if you can't speak in that moment, but if you want to say the safe word, you can establish something with the body, a gesture. Okay, for example, I use a lot of time keys to stop the other person. So in BDSM, the study of consent is fundamental. It's so important. And BDSM, why was I talking about BDSM? It's a really interesting debate, but I don't know why I'm talking about BDSM. But anyway, it's a new word, I think, or an interesting concept. Maybe I can say something about the K. K is kinky. When you're a kinky person, it means that you have erotic and sexual preferences that are not conforming. The sex of the imaginary, the sex of the films that you read on the books, it's vanilla. Vanilla, I can say. And the vanilla sex is the standard sex. It's the sex that we imagine when we talk about sex, okay? It's the sex that you can see in films. If the films is 50 Shadows, is not vanilla sex, of course, but in general, vanilla sex, the sex is the imaginary. But if you're kinky, probably you will have other preferences. For example, you can play BDSM, and BDSM is, of course, is not vanilla. Anyway, when you're poly and kinky, of course, you have a struggle to insert these terms in the acronym, because LGBT people feel that you're in some way taking their spaces. Okay, you're kinky, you're poly, okay, but fair for me, this is my space. So this is a long and hard debate in our community about that.
Yeah, because like these two terms, they kind of include heterosexual cis people, right? They can be polyamorous.
Yeah. A lot of kinky people are heterosexual, so heterosexual people are not discriminated as LGBT people, even if they're kinky. But for example, if you're poly, if you're, for example, a poly man, you're accepted because wow, he's macho. We use machism and machismo in Italy as a word to describe the man that is performing masculinity. No, the toxic masculinity is macho. Yeah. Oh wow, you're macho. You have a lot of women, but if you're bisexual, there are biphobia. That is like homophobia. Oh no, you're gay. You don't admit you're gay, but you're gay. No, I'm bisexual. So if you're poly, you feel the stigma of the polyamor, but if you're poly and bisexual, you feel the stigma. There are the stigma about your identity and your life. It is difficult, of course. And if you're gay or you're a faggot, you're poly, so it means that you're gay and you have to, you're a perverted. Okay, oh, if you're a poly man, that's okay. If you're a poly woman, you're a slut. A slut. You're just a bad woman because you give your pussy to everyone. In Italy, we literally say that bitches, so puttane, give their pussy to everyone. This is literally the way to think in Italian.
Yeah.
So I know you will study Italian, or you're going to study it, or you're studying it, but it's not really an inclusive or progressive language. Sure. That's it. This is the acronym.
Okay. There's nothing else after that, after K?
No, in plus you can really include everything. For example, you can include a gender, but maybe a gender is included in transgender, because if you're non-binary people, identify yourself as a transgender, and maybe if you're a gender, you're also transgender. So plus is for everyone who can see immediately their identity in the acronym.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is the acronym. And have you some questions?
I have a question
to me.
Yesterday I was browsing through a website, and then I saw some jokes about how people identify themselves. And then, like, where do you draw the line? Can a person identify themselves as an animal, for instance, or
an animal,
or an object? Or
you mean in BDSM?
No, I mean, like, I am a cat. I was born like in the wrong body, and
oh gosh, this is so
like,
offensive. This is offensive, and the sentence the transgender people is born in a wrong body is a wrong sentence. It's a wrong concept, because you're over determining trans people, because not all trans people are the same. So maybe a trans person can say, yes, I feel I'm born in a wrong body. But another person can say, no, this is the perfect body. And maybe I can modify it. It's, with hormones or performing another gender, I can modify it. But this is my body, and this is the right body. It's the patriarchal society that is wrong. This patriarchal society decided for me, decided my gender. So patriarchal society is wrong. My body is not wrong. So this is a very wrong and lot of times offensive. Offensive sentence. And when people say, oh, so if you decide that you're identifying as a cat, you're a cat, okay? Or it's like, oh, so you want to marry other men? Oh, okay, so tomorrow we will allow the union between a man and a cat, and a man and a dog. But it's so offensive. It's just a homophobic point of view. It's a dehumanization, and dehumanization is a mechanism from speciesism, because if you're an animal, so you're shit in some way. You're invisible, or you're wrong. You don't fit in the society. Sorry, but I'm vegan, so a lot of times I want to explain even this part of the discourse. When, for example, homophobic people say that we are animals, so we have no limits. We are made of these things, and that's enough. This is speciesism. This is a form of speciesism, because if you dehumanize
sorry?
Speciesism. Speciesism, yes.
How do you spell it?
SPEC specie. IE speciesism. SIM, but I don't. Or species. Or
like from species.
In Italian is specismo, but in English is speciesism. Okay. Sorry. SPACI ASISM.
Okay, I found it.
Okay. Speciesism, there is the discrimination, the oppression between, towards animals. So we live in a speciesist society because we eat meat, because we steal the product of animals. For example, eggs, milk. We can say that speciesism is not about cruelty. I mean that I can have chicken and take the eggs, and I'm not hurting them, but I'm stealing them something. So this is speciesism. It's like, I have a slave, but I treat him with humanity. Yes, but it's your slave, but you're stealing someone from him. So speciesism is a large discourse. It's strictly connected to a lot of other forms of oppression. I'm used to say that a lot of oppression, all the oppression in the world, are connected, and they are sons, they are forms of a formamentis made of violence. So why, if you want, I can tell you if why did I decide to become vegan. If you want, it's something else that our topic of the day, but if you want, I can tell you.
Maybe if we can get some questions about what you have already said, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah, of course.
Right, have you got any questions to Sveva?
I speak slowly, but I'll answer. I promise. Don't worry.
Diego, say
Okay.
hi to us. Have you got any
Sorry?
questions? Talking to Diego here.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Hi.
Any questions?
I want to hear from her, like the idea of, like, here in Brazil, we don't have these like the rights from your community, like people, there is no legal marriage, yeah, and this idea is like, for example, when you are born, you are designated to be a male or female.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, you decide your identity and so on. But here, like talking about the law, you have no protection. And I want to hear from you these points, like in Italy, and how
In
is.
Italy, the situation is critical, we can say, because we have the unioni civili. This is a sort of marriage, but this is not marriage. It's like an inferior marriage, a form of marriage for people, for homosexual people. And we are struggling with take care of transgender people because we have a long, how can I say, transgender people, for example, to change their pronouns and their identity on the documents has to struggle a lot, and also to modify their body. A lot of transgender people, as a friend of mine just yesterday, goes out and fell from Italy. For example, this boy, there's an activist named Majid. Majid went to Switzerland to have his mastectomy, to have a surgery. Because in Italy, if you want to have a surgery, you have to wait years, and it's not granted. Maybe the judge or something will get wrong with the judge or with people in the hospital, because when you're trans, you have to go to the hospital and discuss and talk with a psychologist. A lot of times, it's a form of pathologization of being transgender. And being transgender is something that it always in the history with a lot of people were transgender. So it's not something that is uncommon or something that is a pathology. But we are used to pathology, to make the transgender identity as a pathology. So you have to talk with this psychology, psychiatrists, and a lot of them are transphobic. So maybe you can, you come, and I don't know. For example, a friend of mine that is she's a transgender woman. When she performs her gender is not in particular so feminine. She doesn't care about femininity. She feels she's a transgender woman, but she just wants hormones. She just wants documents fixed. And when she a lot of times went to the hospital to meet this psychologist, she had and to dress like a woman. Wow. For example, a long dress or with long hair on the back, just to seem a woman. Because one time she went dressed like a man, and they refused to talk with her. Oh, but you're not a truly woman, so go out. You're not a truly woman. Why are you here? So it's disgusting, I know, but in Italy the situation is critical. It's critical because we had recently some changes in this way, and they are not good changes, unfortunately, because there are people in Italy that decide for transgender people. And simply, I don't want to give you details because it's a really long story, but fondamentalmente, as I say in Italian, the command was of the state, and now is of the hospitals in particular, but nothing changed, nothing changed. So the situation in Italy is critical. There are a lot of homophobia, a lot, really. A lot of people is, for example, beaten in the streets Maybe it's not Gujarat, it's a part of Pakistan, it's not Beni Mellal in Morocco, it's not a so critical country to live in if you are LGBT, but it's really critical anyway. It's really hard to live as a LGBT people here. Maybe we can say that in Pakistan the situation is worse. For example, for transgender people, it's worse, and I would like to.
Brazil is the country that kills the most trans in the world.
So maybe the situation is better here, but it's still critical. Yeah, even in Italy, a lot of transgender people were killed, and in particular, sex workers. In Italy, there is no respect for sex workers. So it's not illegal, but if you're a client, you're illegal. It's a stupid game. So if I take your clients, you won't leave. So this is the behavior of the Italian state towards, you can say, against the sex worker, and it's also transphobic because a lot of sex workers are trans. It's misogynist because a lot of sex workers are women. But this is the system in Italy. We are not a progressive country. A lot of people say that Spanish is better, for example, and a lot of the Italian people, in particular queer people, go to study in Spain. Yeah, or in France or in other countries, because Italy is so queerphobic. Yeah, not okay. And as a Muslim girl, as a Muslim woman, I can say that even the Muslim community is not safe for queer people. I have to admit, and I admit with difficulty in general, because when you say, oh, Muslim people are like that, there is a problem in our community, lot of propaganda is ready to take your words and spread them to the world in the ways they love. So it comes out that Muslim people are all animals. They dehumanize us in a lot of ways. So it's difficult to talk about it, but this is a problem. There is a problem in the Ummah. The Ummah is the Muslim community in the world. We say Ummah, okay? There is a problem in the Ummah. If you're queer in the Ummah, you even if you're Catholic, people will abuse you in a spiritual way. For example, oh, because God said that. I don't know. I think the problem is common. So maybe in Brazil you have the same problem with other religions, or with Christianity. We have the problem in Italy with Christianity inside the Ummah, the Muslim community. Oh, you're queer, okay, so you're wrong, and you're not wrong to me. You're wrong because God said that. And I'm an activist in Italy about the issues, because there are a lot of the interpretation of the Quran and the Hadith, that is another source of Islam, that are truly friendly in some way, queer friendly, completely queer friendly, and it's a topic really hot in Italy. A lot of people, a lot of journals interviewed me because I'm super queer in the way. Oh, Kat, so she's Muslim and she's queer, and she claims that Quran is not homophobic, and the Ummah that doesn't stand me, can't stand me in a lot of ways, and a lot of people, a lot of queer people in Italy are hiding themselves, and in particularly, specifically, a lot of queer people in the Muslim community are hiding their identity, and they're forcing themselves to be someone who they are not. We're born this way, of course, and but we struggle to live in other ways. So this is the situation in Italy. So sorry, because I always say, oh, I'll be short, but never, it never happens. So
Okay.
sorry. If you have other questions or maybe I was confusing in some way, please tell me.
Paula, a bit about your work, like, because she works, Sveva works with survivors from abusive relationships, and you deal with women as well, teaching them.
Women and queer people, because queer people, when leads a violent and abusing relationship, can't seek help in another place, in any place. For example, we have CAV, Centri Antiviolenza. Centro Antiviolenza means anti-violence center, literally. And in this center, people are completely unprepared about queer issues. So maybe I had a lot of lesbian girls that were victims of abuses, and they didn't go to a CAV, to a center. They asked me if I can help. And me and my gay Arab lawyer, helped them. But in Italy, anti-violence centers are not useful for queer people, or even for men who are victims of women. I had also men who were abused by their female partner. But if men in Italy go to report a violence and abuse on this kind of abuse, the FDO, so the FDO, it's the Forze dell'Ordine, the police, laugh. Oh, and what kind of man are you? So what kind of man are you? If she beats you, you have just to defend yourself. What what the hell? And so a lot of people can help themselves. They can't escape, and they contact me a lot of times because I can help them in some way, in a psychological way, and in a with a lawyer. But in Italy, it's difficult to be someone with abuse in general, because if you're a survivor, you have really few chance to really survive. A lot of people in this year, like 100 women were killed. And Italy is not a big country, you know. A lot of women were killed this year. And if you're a woman and you report, police won't help you a lot of times. Yes, in these years we made some improvements, but your people don't hear you, people don't believe you, the judge doesn't believe you, so it's difficult. If you're queer, we say in Italian, bona. It means that you have no shame.
What is the term? Bona?
Bona. Bona is a way to say, there is not a meaning. Bona is, you can translate bona, but bona, it means that you have no shame, no shame, no chance. I want to speak a little bit French.
Real quick, Lucas is saying goodbye, he has to leave. Okay, Lucas, see you later.
Hey guys, I have to go now. I have an appointment for my project, Science Pub, but it was amazing to hear from Sveva. Sveva, yeah. Sorry. And yeah, I think I was not able to participate in the other meetings at today, but it was really amazing to hear from you, Sveva. Sveva.
Doesn't matter.
Sveva, yeah. Bye, guys. Good lecture.
Bye, Lucas.
See you later.
Paula is
See you. Bye.
Paula to talk about her project.
Sono l'unica mia.
Hola.
Hola.
project.
Paula, talk
I
a
would
bit
like
about
to.
what
I
you
would like to ask something.
Yeah, tell me, Paula.
Oh my God.
Paula is right.
Yeah.
Paula.
Paula
okay.
is it.
Perfect.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Rafael is on the phone.
Okay.
We can hear you, Paula. You have to.
There is a situation that here in Brazil. I don't know if it is also common in Italy. That it is talking about the economy and the social idea, Sveva. Like we say here, we know. I'm not including myself, sorry, but they say that like trans person is the person that they are rich, considered rich.
Okay.
And there is a term here in Brazil that they call travesti. And
Travesti?
it is, yeah.
Travestito,
like,
an offensive way to call transgender people. Yeah.
It's offensive. Because because in Brazil it is considered like, it is getting like this idea of like, okay, I can call myself, I'm proud of being travesti. Like I want to be this. Like it is associated to the idea of the social and the economy part. Like they are poor and they can't afford one surgery. They can't afford like these medical terms that we need to pass, and they want to be this way. They don't want to like say they are trans. Do you understand it? Like
okay, we have something like that in Italy.
There is a famous person.
Like that.
There is a famous person here that it is Rogéria. Yeah, it is. It is an actress.
Singer, right?
It's a singer too. Yeah, and she mentions like she wants to be called like a travesti. Like I don't know.
That's strong as a concept because, for example, I want to make an example with veganism. I can say, oh, you see me as an animal. Okay, I'm an animal. But a lot of vegans are Black people, people of color, and people of color are considered in the society the inferior, so animals. And a lot of vegan Black people say, yes, I'm animal and I'm proud of it. Yes, I'm proud of it, and I won't try to make my skin more clear. I don't try to how can I say, include myself in your society. Okay, you want to hate me, okay, but I'm proud of what I am. So this concept is that I think it's similar. I think maybe it's the same. Okay, I'm a travestito. Yes, I'm a travesti. I'm a travesti, so I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm not wrong. Your behavior is insane. Your patriarchy is insane, but I'm not insane, and I'm a travesti. Yeah, I'm reclaiming this term. Or for example, we as feminists, as feminist women, we say, you think I'm a slut? Yes, I am, and I'm proud to be a slut. So it's a form to reclaiming the term, and it's a very queer perspective, because when you are queer, a lot of times you don't want to care about the society. Okay, this is the society. You don't want to feel conforming in some way. You don't want to be available for all the desires of other people just because you have to live. You can live in another way. Okay, I live in another way, and I'll be something else. I don't want to fit in your system. a lot of queer people that recognize the importance of queer studies in this way are anarchists like me. Okay, this is your state. I don't want to fit in your state. I don't want to fit in. I'm not born to fit in. I'm something else. Your state, it's a form of social construction that oppress people. So why? I'm anarchist, you define me as a terrorist. Say what you want. You want to define me as a faggot. Yes, I'm a faggot, I'm not proud of it. You want to define me as an animal. Yes, an animal. And you're an animal too. So I'm a travesti. Yes. And you, what are you doing? You're performing your gender role. You're performing your gender identity. So even you are a travesti. Yeah. So this is a strong concept, and I recognize myself in this concept. I like the singer. I don't know. I don't know.
You can send us some,
I like it.
You can send us some video about her, Diego, to Sveva later.
Okay. Paula, you want to ask me something?
Yes. I'm a psychologist, and I work with relationship, and I have some clients who are lesbian and some who are gays. Okay. And you remind me at some point of your speak. You were speaking, and I was reminding of one conversation that I had with a client of mine, and she has a relationship with a woman who has a religion that doesn't agree with this behavior, right? And it is Testemunho de Jehová. I don't know how.
Jehovah's Witness.
Sorry?
That's it.
Jehovah, Testimone di Jehovah. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And she's gay, and it is in this relationship with my clients, but her family doesn't know, and she has to make a very difficult decision, which is to decide for her family or her sexuality, or her children, or her sexuality, her relationship, because she can't have both. Definitely, she can't have both. If in the time that they discover, they will stop talking to her immediately, because that's the orientation, that they receive. You need to talk just with people that think like you. They live in a kind of bubble. They can talk, they can talk, but they can't have a relationship, they can't, they in the end they can't have a relationship, so it's a very difficult choice that she needs to make. And my client, which does not have the same religion, it's more open, the way that she thinks, and she was very some kind of angry in this day, and with the situation, she suffers a lot because of the suffering of her girlfriend. And she's not young, right? They two are not young. She has almost 60 years old, which means that it is a fight for the whole life, And she said something like that, and I when I ask if you agree with me or with her in some point, she said something like that. I think that people will respect us when they understand that we don't decide for this. We born it like this. And I think that when they understand that, they accept that, they will stop judging us or something like that. And I said to her that I didn't agree with her. I agree with her that it's not a choice, and all that part. But I don't agree with the thinking that people will respect just when they agree with the fact that it's not something that you decide for, you know. I think that it has more to do about a more complex thing, which is to respect the other's life, to respect the other's right to decide for their lives and live their lives, you know.
We should have every one of us should have a radical concept of acceptance. So it means that if I can accept you, of course, if you are queer, but if I don't accept you, my point of view is not valid. My point of view is shit, completely shit, because I'm oppressing you. And a lot of people, for example, in the religious community, the Jehovah's community is another thing, but I speak about it. You know, in every religious community, for example, a lot of imams, rabbis, or priests, to be soft, to say, "Oh, no, I accept you if you're gay, but this life is a test for you. So be nice and be hetero." Try to act like a hetero because this is a test. Accept you, but God doesn't. And this is a weapon, of course. And this is a form of manipulation, because this kind of patriarchal community are so similar. In fact, they are the family of the abuser. They are, for example, the community of believers of Jehovah are a big community of abusers. This is an abusers in form of the community. And I can say it because some people that I met that are my friend, for example, a lesbian friend that I have, and I love her because we are so connected. She's a bestie. She was testimony di Jehovah. She was a believer, and she was a part of a community that oppressed her and that manipulated her. In this kind of community, people try to manipulate you every day with spiritual abuses. So with the Bible, with their own interpretation of the Bible, and that is strictly, and you can escape. There are a lot of people in the world that are not anymore Jehovah's believers, but can't escape. They feel trapped, stuck in a situation in which maybe they have children, but if they want to be in touch with their children, they can't admit that they are not anymore believers. So we are talking about abuses, really strong abuses, manipulation, gaslighting, that is another form of abuse, psychological abuse, and in particular in the Jehovah community, this is the emergency. But there is also other kind of violence. For example, as in every religious community, there are physical violence or even sexual violence. Oh, you're lesbian, so I'll correct you and I rape you. So there are a lot of problems in the community of the believers of Jehovah. There are in particular the manipulation, so the psychological abuse and the spiritual abuse. And when people escape, has to really go to therapy. I do. This is not an offensive way to say, oh, you must cure yourself. No, this is a wish. I think therapy is fundamental. Therapy is fundamental, but it is not granted. Why? It's really mental health is equal to physical health. If you say
we are well aware of that.
Like, yes, sorry.
Sometimes forget that many people believe that that going to a psychologist means that you're sick. I mean, that's not true at all, right? just means that you have to give attention to your mental health just as much as your
we have really to give attention to mental health, because it's important as the physical health. We have to remember that our body is not something divided between
mind and body.
The head and body. They are connected. They are together. So we can say that we have not a body and a mind. We have a system that include mind and body. So, for example, a lot of people suffer, and their body suffer. If their mind suffer, even their body will suffer. For example, when I came out as Muslim, a form of came out, a lot of people didn't accept me, and I became to be oppressed. Even my family used to oppress me. Now the situation is good, but
so your family is no Muslim?
No. They are Catholic, and my mom is atheist. I don't have the dad, and so I have just my mom. She's atheist, and she didn't accept me at first, but my family didn't accept me at first, and I suffered a lot, and my body, it was a mirror of my mind, because I suffer from depression, so I was depressed, and my body was really trash. Was trash, and the same happens to queer people when they are refused. A lot of people say, "Oh, they are just healed. They are sick." No. The illness is in the society. We are healed just because people they refuse to accept us, refuse to accept this spectrum of sexuality choices in our lives and so on. This is why we get sick. This is why. And to your friend, because Paula, I think it seems you're connected with people that you see every day. So to your friend, I would recommend to the friend, of course, of the Java community that was born in the Java community. I would recommend to went in therapy, or try to contact activist counselors in the maybe comrades in Brazil or other countries. I don't know which languages she's speaking, but she needs it, because we have to cut
Sveva,
this. Sorry.
Let me say you something. Because I work with couple therapy too. I had some appointments with her.
Sorry, what is your job? Because I lost these pieces. I've lost these pieces in my.
I work online. I do my appointments online.
But you are a psychologist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, of course. Sorry, I didn't understand it.
Right. So I did some appointments with her, with the one that it is from this religion, you know.
Okay.
The problem is that she is the biggest defender of the religion. She is fighting against herself.
This is
you know?
the effect of the spiritual abuse.
She definitely has sure that she is sick, that she is making something that God doesn't allow, and she says things like it doesn't. She can't talk to God, you know, because God will not hear me, you know. She says things like that because he has this right, you know. God has this right because he said the rules. He said how we should act, and she's not acting like that, and he will not definitely hear her because she's doing what he said to not to do, you know. She says things like, I can I can decide for my sexuality, I can decide for this relationship, but I will not leave my religion. I will not stop thinking and knowing the things that I know, you know. So they don't celebrate birthday. They don't go to some kind of parties. They don't
receive blood.
They don't like to clean. It's clean. I forgot how to say. Take 2 cups and 2 cups
to toast.
Toast, yes. They don't toast because of some believer that they have, and a lot of things. And she says something like, I can I can do differently about this topic, but I will not do differently about the others, because she definitely believe on that. You know, it's there on the Bible. The Bible says exactly that, and they are very strict about it, you know.
You know, it depends on the Bible.
And I have to respect
it. Of course. But maybe is she exploring maybe the support communities for people who was believers or are believers, maybe Christian believers, but queer, because sometimes this kind of support communities are really healing and really useful. But of course, I can talk just about the Muslim community in particular, because I lived it. When you spread other interpretation of the Quran and the Hadith, a lot of people that are in the same or in a similar situation of your patient, patient.
Client. Yeah, you can call that
patient,
client,
patient, of your patient, feel maybe okay, so there is something else, or so maybe I can be accepted by God. This is so important to us, to religious people, because when you feel that God is not hating you, that when you know that God didn't say that,
it must be a very hard decision. Like even if mainly if you believe in afterlife, and they're going to spend eternity in hell, and the person is like 60 years old, so I'm going to live like 30 people with this person to live eternity in hell. It's just not worth it, you know. So it must be a very hard decision.
Yeah, it's hard.
I think they don't believe in hell. I am trying to remember here, but I think they don't believe in hell. But they believe in something else. But I don't think they believe in hell right now.
Yeah, no, it's difficult, especially that, especially when you, for example, you're in a situation, this kind of situation, when other people.
Sorry. About the two. Vanessa, Laurie, and Lucy, like, feel free to interrupt.
Okay, I can see you now.
Okay. Go.
Okay, I was saying that when, for example, a girl like me, an heretic like me, say, "Oh, don't worry, because the Quran or the Bible or what you want doesn't say it. You're okay for in the eyes of God. Don't worry." A lot of people maybe would love to believe that, but they're afraid. Or maybe, okay, it makes a sense. Okay, this interpretation makes a sense. But maybe I'm trying to convince myself that it makes a sense, because I want to feel, I don't want to feel a sinner. And so a lot of people feel guilty. Oh my God, this is not, I can't accept this interpretation, because if I accept that, I'm just admitting that I'm taking a part of the religion just to say that I'm safe, that I'm okay, that in the eyes of good I'm loved, that I'm not sinning, that I'm not wrong, and so on. So it's a difficult mechanism, I lived it, and a lot of people, a lot of survivors, even of spiritual abuses, talking to me, say that they really, it is so hard for them. When you live, when you're in a community or in a family that convinced you that the rest of the world hates you, that convinced that just God loves you, that just God loves you, and you have to respect his or his rules. You're convinced that you can't escape, and maybe if you escape from your family, you can't escape from the cage, the psychological cage, the metaphoric cage, in that you were trapped in some way. So it's difficult.
Very hard.
I really,
very hard.
yeah, I wish to your client and to you, because I really appreciate your work. I didn't recognize you. You wrote a message on my Instagram. Really,
I sent you a message.
I didn't recognize it, and I thought, okay, maybe she's an activist, but I didn't understand that you are a psychologist, and I really appreciate your work. So I wish you the best, because it's a hard work when you're facing someone who is a victim of spiritual abuse. I don't know if you, can I ask you if you use this word with your client, or if your client is using this word?
What word? Sorry.
Expression, spiritual abuse.
Yes, the one who is more open-ed. She's like crazy about this, what she calls of organization, you know, and they are very abusive. They are very disrespectful in many ways. But it's like, it was crazy because I had to help her to respect her girlfriend, you know, because it was what she believes, and she couldn't impose, you know, she couldn't, this is right, and you know, my religion or my way to think about the word, it is the right side of the word, you know. We couldn't do something like that. I as professional, for example, I needed, and I have, this is easy for me. It's hard at some point, but it is easy because I work with this to respect, you know, this is your limit. It's not like that. It's like
the limit they
your
created.
decision. Yes, and I will help you to tend. What do you think that you need to tend? You know, what do you think it is? It is your decision. It is your belief. I just have to respect, you know, and help you to deal with it the better way for you. And you said something that it is very interesting. You said that it is very difficult, and really is. And one of the other things that we need to consider in this case, it is that she is about to have a dependence, an emotional dependence relationship, you know. Why? Because she had to decide of living her life, living her personal life at some point, the whole life that she knew at this point, and her friends, which was all of her religion, her family, and all that thing, her life in another state, because she wasn't in the state that she lived, and choice to leave her children that she had, with one of them she had a special connection. It was very hard for her to think about to live without this son, and she had to choose for a relationship, to choose for a relationship, you know. And why she would do that. And she was asking her that. She was asking her things like, if she left me after I made that so hard choice, if she left me. And I said to her, she can left you. And this is normal. We all need to be in a relationship that people are free to left us. to break up.
Yes.
And we need to make this choice for us, not for the other, not for a
Yes, of
relationship.
course.
And I said to her many times that we need to make her stronger. We needed to look to her different areas of her life. We needed to look to her dreams, to her hobbies, to what
Yeah,
she
of
likes.
course.
Because if we don't, she would put herself in a vulnerable situation, and
Yeah.
she would depend emotionally, financially, I
Yeah.
forgot it.
Economically.
Financially, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, and in other situations, and this is a very, very delicate situation, very
Yeah.
delicate situation.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah.
something that I learned about like having. There was a TED talk I watched, and it was called like the gay agenda or something. The problem with the gay agenda, and it was a gay man. He was presenting like what is the super duper evil gay agenda? What do we want? And then he's American, and he shows the American Constitution. Like this is our agenda. We just want to be normal. Like it's in the Constitution that every person has these rights, and we are some of these people, so we have these rights automatically. But still, in like 20 something states of the United States, you can be fired just because you're gay. Like, oh, I'm gay, so you're gay, so I have the right to fire you, and the law protects me. And all they want is to be. I came to that conclusion. People just want to be ignored, indifferent. Like, oh, you start a relationship, nice. You broke up, okay, who cares? Like, but if you are gay and people, oh, he's gay, I don't want attention. I just want to be no one, or like, just like anybody. And if and like she can start this relationship, and people, okay, so you went through all of that, you broke up with your family to be with this person, now be with this person. I don't have to be with anyone, it was what choice I made, and I can take another choice tomorrow, and you shouldn't care about that,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It reminds me something happened a few days ago in my family. I mean, my aunt she's not very progressive. She tries, but she's not, unfortunately.
Your aunt?
And yeah, my aunt, the sister of my mom. And my mom told me that they were talking, and they were talking about a friends of the family, and in particular they were talking about a friend who is married with a woman. He married a few months ago, and the daughter can't accept this woman for a reason. I don't know which reasons. And this daughter, she's lesbian, and she has a relationship with a partner. My aunt said, "Oh, but why can't she accept the new wife of his dad? She has to be more comprehension because she's lesbian, and she is this relationship is wrong." So she was accepted by her dad. She has to accept him. But and my mom answered, okay, but if she doesn't accept this new wife, probably she has particular reasons to refuse this woman, and it's not the same as to refuse someone because he's gay or she's lesbian or trans. So it's not the same. I can have particular reasons, but of course my reasons are wrong if I am oppressing you. If I'm oppressing you because you're gender non-conforming, if you're non-conforming in the society. My aunt said, "Oh, maybe you're right." Okay, but my aunt struggles a lot in her way of thinking because she wants to be progressive in some way, but she too eradicated in a culture that can't recognize queer people as normal.
Yeah,
and this is just
important to be open, right? Because of course I understand today the role of violence, like of screaming in people's faces, like to send a message, but also on the other hand, education is important. Sometimes, like, I'm trying to say something that I think will be interesting for that person, or won't be offensive, but I am, because I have a background, or like I was educated in a way, and then instead of, okay, you're so offensive, let them talk to me anymore, you can say, oh, actually, this, what you said, I understand your intentions, but this is not actually right. Maybe you can say this instead. So this tolerance, this acceptance of people who are trying to
if people are trying, of course you can make a call out. This we call this kind of correction call out. Okay, I know your intention, but what you said or what you did is not fair. It's not friendly. So please correct yourself. And a lot of people making this calling out other people that maybe interiorize racism, homophobia, etc., get angry, and but they write, and we have to respect the anger, because if you're discriminated every day, if you experiment aggressions and microaggressions every day, you have the right to be angry. So it's complicated to calling out and to accept the call out. It's complicated, of course, but it's a delicate balance, you can say. But what you're talking about is completely right, and it's more that we have to learn how to. And I'm a big fan of safer space, and I think that we have to build our safer spaces. So spaces in which you feel more relaxed, because other people, that other people, if you decide to call out them, these people will not react in an offensive way. Because a lot of time, for example, in my life, a lot of time I said, okay, but that this sentence is homophobic, or maybe that this behavior is Islamophobic, and the people answered, why are you accusing me? You're so aggressive. You're just an angry feminist. You're exaggerated. And saying that someone is exaggerating, it's tone policing, and it's a form of gaslighting. It's a form of manipulation. I'm saying that you're not. That your words are not enough valid because you're just hysterical in some way, because you're mad, and so your words have no values. We have to learn, because a lot of us has this way to communicate, but because we learned growing up in our societies to act like that. But we have to deconstruct this kind of behavior. We have to learn how to answer. We have to learn how to accept to be calling out. And so it's more important that probably to learn how to call out someone, because if you call out, it's easier, because you say, okay, this is homophobic, you can be angry, you can be patient and quiet, but anyway, it's just a call out, okay, it's simply. But when you have to accept it, you have a pride that is anyway is hurt. So this person hurt my orgoglio, my pride, but why is she so aggressive? Why is he or they so aggressive? But we have just to learn to be, how can I say, to communicate and think slowly. Okay, this sentence could maybe hurt me, but he's not or she's not, how can I say, attacking my person, and she's not attacking me. She is attacking something that I learned that I'm repeating. So maybe I have to stop and thinking, okay, just analyze myself. What did I do? Why am I wrong? What can I correct? And stuff. So I think the call out culture is not, it's so important, but a lot of people don't want to learn from this culture, but it's really important to live in the community and to construct our safer space. Even safer space requires a lot of struggle, but you feel more relaxed and you feel safe, so it's good for you.
I see. Lucy, you were going to say something?
I think so.
No, we're not, because it's got off topic right now. So.
Okay.
I didn't hear your voice today.
Yeah.
Or even for Lori.
No, I'm just listening today.
You're afraid of speaking?
Sorry?
Lucy, Laurie, and Vanessa didn't say anything yet. Just want to hear from
because we had a lot to learn. It's complicated to us say what we think about that, because we are not like in the place. I think this is not our place of speaking, like at some points, but I can give my opinion about the topic in general, because when we got the topic, I already was thinking about like what I think about that. Yeah, in general, my opinion about the general topic, if we born this way or if it's a choice, is that I'm very confused about that.
The fact is that, of course, we're born this way, but everything can change, and we have to deconstruct. We have to deconstruct our culture. I think yes, the sentence is it's easy. Okay, we born this way.
Yeah,
but it's not enough.
I feel very confused about the topic, because like I am a straight. I consider myself a straight, but I had my experience. You know, I think most of the women, I'm not sure, but I think most of the women, we have at some point of our life, we have some experience. I heard from many friends, oh, I kissed a girl, or I had this experience, and I had mine when I was younger.
Okay.
And well, I didn't feel that interested, you know. So I was, but sometimes I still wonder. When I remember that, I still wonder, was it because of the person, or is because I'm really don't feel interested for the female gender? Sometimes I still wonder that, like.
You mean sorry, I don't know if I understand. Do you mean that maybe you don't feel the immediately need to define yourself as bisexual, for example, or something else?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the fact of privilege. I'm pansexual and I'm discriminated because I define myself as pansexual, but I don't struggle like other people, and I have a privilege in my situation, my reality. Why? Because I had just cishet men in my life. I had just cishet partners in my life. I know I'm pansexual because every hetero person in the world says that they are straight. Oh, I'm straight, so I can be pansexual without having any relationship with someone who is not a cis hetero man, for example. I know it. I know it because I know myself, for example. But I struggled a lot of years because I didn't have the courage to speak about myself, to come out. I didn't have this courage, and probably I didn't have have the necessity to find this courage, because I have never had a girl as a partner. Maybe in another situation I would be more stressed, and I would have felt the necessity to find this courage to affirm my nature, my identity. But I'm privileged. Fortunately, I'm privileged, and you are privileged. Maybe you can define yourself as bisexual, and maybe it could be good for you, because maybe you say, okay, but I've liked women, and you have to know also that there are a lot of kind of attractions. You can be platonic, you can experiment a platonic attraction, or a sexual attraction, erotic attraction, blah, 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 a sensual attraction. There are a lot of kind of attraction. For example, you can be bisexual, but you can be hetero-romantic, but attracted sexually from all the genders, for example. Okay, quindi there are a lot of attraction. Maybe find your how can I say, your point, your identity in this big spectrum can help you, because
Also,
you can affirm yourself. But maybe if you don't feel the emergency of to affirm yourself, it's because you're privileged. That's okay. It's not a fault being privileged. There are just different dynamics.
And also, like, sexual identity is different from sexual behavior, right? Like, you can, I read that yesterday, you can, like, be a heterosexual man and have a homosexual relationship, not relationship, I mean, like, have sex with a man, but you still be considered heterosexual. I'm a heterosexual who had an experience with a man, and that's it. And I didn't become homosexual because of that experience.
That's because a culture of erasing. For example, a lot of bisexual people talk about the be erasure. What is the be erasure? It's our behavior to erasure the part of us who is B. For example, I can say, okay, I'm a man. I had experience with other people with my gender, with the same gender that I feel, but it was an experience. It were experiences. Of course, you have the right to define yourself as you want. If you feel you're hetero, and nobody can say something about that. You're hetero because you yourself define yourself as hetero, so that's okay. But you should ask yourself if you're hiding some way. But I mean, okay, why I'm not talking about bisexuality? I'm afraid, or maybe society encouraged me to choose. Why should I choose? For example, this is the concept of be erasing, because society inside of our mind, maybe, I don't want to say unconsciously, but maybe unconsciously, make us feel that we have to choose, and that it's wrong to be bisexual. So we prefer to speak about our preferences as experiences, but not no, they are experiences, but that's okay. I'm hetero. So we should ask ourselves if we're afraid. Sorry?
Because, like, the very need to say that you are bisexual or pansexual, it's even something that I hope will change in the future. We won't even have to have a label for those things. Like, I'm a person. That's it, like.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't be trying to label myself for you. Like, I'm me.
And definitions. You have to remember that definitions are so important in our lives, because if you have the words to define something, this thing exists. For example, if I see the window, but I don't know that this is a window, I don't know that it's named window, window doesn't exist. Because our words are so important. So if I don't know that the meaning of demisexual, I will feel that I'm ill, I'm strange, I've got to go to, I don't know, to hospital, I'm mad, oh my God. No, if you know that demisexuality is normal and that you exist, a part of your identity exists, so it's so important. And of course everyone can choose to how can I say, to don't define themselves. For example, a lot of times I say that I'm queer, or I said that I'm queer because I didn't know which was my position in this spectrum. I don't know what am I. So I say I'm queer. I'm queer because I'm non-conforming. I'm questioning, but I don't want to define myself, so I'm queer. I just refuse the normality, your concept of normality. But I'm not normal. I'm proud of it, so I'm queer. And maybe I'm not pansexual. I'm not bisexual. I'm hetero. I'm just queer. Or sometimes someone says heteroflexible, and I used to say heteroflexible, but heteroflexible is another form of definition. A lot of people say that we can insert it under the umbrella of bisexuality. But a lot of bisexual people say, okay, but this is a form of erasure, because you want to appear, you want to seem more hetero. So you say, I'm heteroflexible because I had experiences, but I'm not bisexual, I'm heteroflexible. So there are also homoflexible people. People would define themselves as homo, so gay or lesbian, flexible people. But this is not this is less, how can I say, head-centered, head-normed in some way, but it can be considered another form, an interiorized form of erasure. So definitions are so important, but we can also choose to don't recognize ourselves. Yeah. We have just to we have just to know that this or that definition exists. Okay, it exists. I know what it means. Perfect. I choose to not define myself, because you have to know the reality to define yourself or choose to not define yourself. You have to know. When you know, you'll see.
Yeah. Interesting. So, Sveva, if nobody has any more questions, I think we can wrap it up, because we've been talking for, like, we can be talking about this for hours, but it's lunchtime, people are hungry.
Maybe for the next time, I'll try to improve my English, because I feel so guilty about that. But anyway, if you want to
talk about witchcraft or veganism, and then we can also get into other topics.
Yeah. Anyway, by the way, if you want to contact me for chat or to chat or to ask something, don't worry. Maybe I can send to you my email or my Instagram or my Facebook. Don't hesitate. Contact me. Don't worry. And when I write, I'm better.
Okay. Can we take a picture?
Yeah, okay. Of course.
Paula, are you there? Can you show up?
Yes. Yes. Wait a minute.
My hair. Always.
Ready?
Hello.
1, 2, 3. There we go. Well, thanks a lot for coming. It was a rich conversation, and I hope you can join us soon in the future.
Oh, of course. It was so nice talking with you, and really, all of you gives me good vibes, and that's so unusual. That's wonderful. You're a really nice person, so I'm glad to meet you.
Yeah.
So see you soon, and have a good life, dear.
That's good too, Sveva.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.